Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to The Quiet Resonance, the channel dedicated to sharing knowledge for personal growth through amazing books. We've all had those moments of unease, anxiety, or stress. Think about students facing college entrance exams, carrying the weight of family expectations, terrified of failing or being compared to their peers. Or those struggling under financial pressures, navigating messy relationships, or quietly battling illness and unexpected life events. Some of us even feel a vague sadness for no clear reason, just an empty, exhausted feeling inside. All these experiences plunge us into a state of confusion and indescribable melancholy. Our thoughts loop endlessly, like pebbles tossed into a lake, keeping the water from ever settling. The problem is, when we face this discomfort, we often try to soothe ourselves by scrolling through our phones, binge-watching shows, gaming, oversleeping, shopping, overreading, or turning to substances or endless conversations to numb our emotions. But these are just temporary distractions. Even reading a book can keep your mind scattered. So, what's the fastest, most sustainable way to break free from deep-seated fears? It's about building and maintaining your own mental space, or headspace, and learning to return to it whenever you need. Headspace is the core concept of the book I want to introduce today, which I'll loosely translate as How to Create Your Mental Space. This book comes highly recommended by big names like Bill Gates and Ray Dalio, not just for its simple, accessible language but for its profound practicality and the quiet, lasting change it brings. The author is someone who's been through a string of major tragedies. After his parents' divorce, he found a new family and deeply loved his adorable younger sister. But a sudden car accident took her life, shattering his family. Andy ran away from home, wandering aimlessly to escape reality. Then came another blow. His partner died during heart surgery. He tried to pull himself together, but the final straw hit on a fateful Christmas Eve. While laughing with friends on the street after a ceremony, a car veered out of control, crashing into them. Some died on the spot, others were gravely injured. These waves of trauma swept away any sense of purpose in his life. Andy fell into prolonged distress, anxiety, and disorientation, unable to live like a normal person. This led him to embark on a journey to temples and monasteries in countries like India, Thailand, Myanmar, Russia, Poland, the UK, and Australia, seeking a way to heal his life. Ultimately, he discovered the key to escaping suffering: mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness isn't tied to any religion. It's a scientific method that creates a calm space in your mind, free from emotional overwhelm, where you can rediscover peace and fulfillment. After over a decade of practice, the author has shared his insights and lessons, helping millions worldwide overcome stress, anxiety, past traumas, and fears about the future. I read this book before I understood meditation, and after years of diligently maintaining my headspace, I've experienced its incredible benefits. 2 years ago, I shared this method with an American friend struggling with depression. Today, she's graduated with a master's degree and rediscovered joy in life. Many people hear about meditation and its benefits, but not everyone understands what mindfulness meditation is, let alone how to practice it consistently as a lasting habit. That's why, through this book, widely praised as an ideal introduction to mindfulness, I hope to help you better understand mindfulness, headspace, and practical steps to apply it. My wish is that mindfulness becomes a habit that enhances your daily life, making you more resilient amid anxiety and helping you find inner calm on your journey. This message is especially dedicated to students preparing for intense exams. I hope you can practice these basic steps to enter your own mental space, boosting focus, calmness, and confidence as you face the exciting challenges ahead. Have you ever wondered what meditation really is and whether it can truly help with anxiety and stress? At its core, meditation is a technique to achieve mindfulness in the simplest way possible. Mindfulness is the ability to fully, consciously experience what's happening in the present moment, without dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. And this awareness comes without judgment or reaction. When you practice mindfulness, you gain sharper focus and clarity. What does this mean? Behind that focus lies a state of peace. Behind that clarity lies understanding. Peace acts like an anchor, keeping your mind from being swept away by waves of anxiety and sorrow. Understanding is the light that shines on the deeper layers of thoughts and emotions, helping you live more consciously. Through mindfulness meditation, you create a mental space, an inner sanctuary of peace, clarity, and deep fulfillment. In short, meditation is the technique, mindfulness is the skill, and headspace is the outcome of this journey, a journey that frees you from the grip of chaotic thoughts and unstable emotions. This is why we should practice mindfulness meditation. So, how do you effectively practice meditation techniques to sustain mindfulness and enter your headspace? The author shares that he once spent 18 hours a day meditating in a temple, yet his thoughts wouldn't stop. He complained to his teacher, "I've practiced so hard, but every time I meditate, thoughts keep popping up." His teacher gently replied, "Meditation isn't about blocking thoughts. It's like a light shining into your mind, letting you see clearly what's happening inside. That light is awareness. You might not like what you see when the light turns on, but meditation reflects your thoughts and emotions honestly and clearly every day. Without this light of awareness, much of our lives pass by unconsciously. Countless seemingly harmless thoughts, especially about plans or future goals, constantly drain our mental energy. For example, within a minute of starting meditation, many people get caught in thoughts like, "After this, I'll take a shower. Oh, we're out of eggs. Where should I go this weekend?" These thoughts seem fleeting and harmless, but without the light of mindfulness, they become an undercurrent pulling you away from the present. Your mind races toward an uncertain future. What do I need to do to achieve this? Each must-do thought feels like a small burden, piling up until you never truly rest, even when sitting still. Stress and anxiety stem from this constant, unconscious calculating and planning. So, let mindfulness shine a light on those thoughts. This is the first step to breaking free from the cycle of unconscious thinking and reducing self-induced anxiety. To deal with these thoughts, the author introduces a key meditation technique called the cars. Imagine your future-oriented thoughts as cars speeding down a busy road. Trying to stop them is like stepping into traffic to control it, utterly futile. Instead, step to the roadside, sit down gently, and observe. Each car carries a thought. When one arises, like, "I need to finish that report later," recognize it as a car passing by. Oh, this is the car of work anxiety. You don't need to chase it, analyze it, or push it away. Just silently note, "I don't need to get in that car." Your job is to return to the present, focusing on your breath. This is the technique of watching cars come and go without getting swept up in future-focused thoughts. Then there's another type of thought, more persistent. These aren't just about plans, they carry painful, chaotic emotions, along with regret, resentment, or guilt. "If only I hadn't done that. Mom never understands me, always criticizing. Why did he treat me like that?" The author shares that, despite confidently entering a meditative state in just a few breaths, he was still haunted by obsessive thoughts. To tackle this, he advises treating them like wild horses. No matter how strong they are, or how skilled a trainer you are, you can't force wild horses to obey. The more you try, the more they drag you along. Taming wild horses requires finesse, and meditation is similar. The key is patience. You can't force your mind's wild horses to behave instantly. Trying to suppress thoughts, give up, or analyze and complain means you're still expecting a specific outcome. In struggling against thoughts and chasing a better outcome, you lose the beauty of the present moment. So, use a long rein. When thoughts resist, gently loosen the rein a bit more. The more patient you are, without forcing, the more you realize these wild horses are shadows of your desires to feel safe or loved. Your task isn't to judge or agree with them but to observe their presence. Oh, this is the horse of fear of judgment. This is the horse of fear of loneliness or loss. Then, take 3 or 4 deep breaths, giving your wild horses space and time to roam until they leave. Only when you're gentle and patient with yourself can you truly heal. The cars have passed, the wild horses are no longer in chaos, yet a subtle sadness lingers, not intense or urgent, but quietly pervasive. The author, feeling helpless, asked his teacher, "Why, after practicing meditation so long, does this sadness not fade? If I can't escape it, how can I live happily?" This question resonates with many. Deep wounds, loneliness, childhood emotional voids, unspoken losses, or long-buried regrets still live within us. They're not loud like anger or clear like anxiety but quietly envelop our inner life. Yet, we must recognize that trying to escape sadness through any means, including meditation, is a hopeless pursuit. The teacher told the author, sadness and joy are 2 sides of the same coin. Block sadness, and you lose joy too. Have you noticed? Many people, especially teens and young adults, often fall into emotional numbness, neither happy nor sad. This can stem from overwhelming pressure, societal or family expectations, forcing them to shut down their hearts to avoid pain. But in blocking pain, they also discard joy. Beneath the desire to end sadness lies a longing for joy. However, the joy people often seek is conditional. I'm happy because others approve of me. I'm happy because my kids obey. This worldly joy comes with expectations and constraints. If you look closely, it's always at risk of vanishing because external conditions constantly change. Mindfulness meditation guides you to a joy within your headspace, an unconditional, quiet, profound joy. No matter what emotions you feel or challenges you face, you can still find peace and freedom. The miracle is you don't need to go far to find this joy. It's always within you, waiting to be recognized. Simply pause, observe, and listen honestly to what's happening inside, and that joy will naturally unfold. If you're feeling down, try the blue sky meditation technique. Imagine you're on a flight on a cloudy day. As the plane jolts through thick clouds, unease or discomfort may surge. Those dark clouds are the sadness and anxiety clouding your mind. Don't fear them, because you know, no matter how dense the clouds, the plane will break through, and your journey continues. It's the same with sadness and anxiety. The blue sky is the pristine, calm, clear essence of your soul. Even if dark emotions cloud your mind, your soul's clarity and peace remain. So, when heavy emotions surround you, first hold on to the image of a blue sky within you. This is your strongest anchor to enter your headspace. Then, ground yourself in the present with a body awareness exercise. For example, if sadness or anxiety surges, gently shift your focus from those emotions to physical sensations, the feeling of your hand on a book, your feet touching the ground, or the steady in and out of your breath at your nostrils. Recently, I was on a flight during terrible weather. The plane passed through dense black clouds for over 30 minutes, with turbulence rocking it side to side, up and down. Passengers grew panicked, kids screamed, some got sick. In that chaotic moment, an image came to me, the blue sky beyond the clouds. I calmed myself with 4 or 5 deep breaths, straightened my back, placed my hands lightly on my thighs, and focused on my breath moving through my chest to my lower abdomen, feeling each inhale and exhale. Despite the chaos around me, I found inner stillness. This kept me from being swept into fear or identifying with physical discomfort. After landing, I felt strong and clear-headed. That's the power of the blue sky meditation. Let's recap. The key to reducing anxiety and stress is a gentle effort without forcing. Your effort is simply noticing if you're caught in a thought or emotion. If so, shift your focus to something specific. In meditation, focus on your breath. In daily life, tune into what you're engaging with, the taste of your food, the movement of your feet while walking, the sensation of water on your skin while showering, the sound of your heartbeat during exercise, or the touch of hugging your child. Mindfulness isn't just for sitting in silence. Stay aware every moment, everywhere, and your headspace remains active, leaving no room for anxiety, sadness, or anger. When fear no longer controls your mind, you become clearer, more awake to life's experiences. The author shared a story from his time at a monastery in Myanmar. The monks had to eat slowly, chewing for an hour, usually just rice with curry sauce. One day, a donor brought a truckload of ice cream, and the author was thrilled for a change. But by the time the ice cream reached the dining hall, it was melting. Stranger still, the head monk wouldn't let them eat it until they'd finished their rice for the full hour. The author watched helplessly as the delicious ice cream melted into a puddle. He thought, isn't this just torture? Why waste it? But then he centered himself, practiced mindfulness, and realized, I chose to be in this monastery, and I can learn from any experience. Sometimes, I get so caught up in my thoughts and emotions that I forget to stay awake. In this simplicity, pressure, anxiety, anger, and sadness arise only when you resist. Ever feel resistant about going to school? Or miserable when the alarm rings, wanting to skip it? You're like the author, forgetting you chose this experience. Many fight against work or relationships, thinking they're forced with no choice. But ultimately, you chose and walked this path. From a Buddhist perspective, your presence in this world is your soul's deep choice for this journey, no one else's. So, let go of the struggle. Mindfulness helps you return to reality, seeing all experiences as your own choice. Then, the fear of losing control fades, and you soar to the blue sky within. These are the 3 core mindfulness techniques to help you focus, gain clarity, find peace, and live more awake. Next, to make mindfulness and headspace a constant part of your life, we'll dive into the most crucial part, a practical 10-minute daily mindfulness practice. Unlike previous discussions, this time, I've combined insights from the book with my own experience to create a guided meditation to lead you right here. This is my first try at this format, and I hope it helps you fully grasp and practice a complete meditation. May this guide be a breeze lifting you closer to the calm blue sky within. For daily practice, I'll split this guided meditation into a separate video right after this one.